Every successful design starts with a good idea, but that is not enough. Putting together the elements to create a project that inform the viewers is what I love about graphic design. Changing from Caesar Graphics, welcome to my weekly design review training where I share free design tips with designers. In this tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to achieve successful design projects using a design I received from a designer. So without any further ado, let's go. So this is one of the design that I and my team received from a designer during the week. And I want to specially appreciate the designer that sent this design to me and my team to review. Now, if you want your design to feature in any of our upcoming design review training, kindly use the link in the description section of this video to join the Caesar Empowerment Foundation Telegram group and send your design to any of the admin, but not Caesar Graphics. All right, don't send your design to Caesar Graphics, only send it to any of the admins. So let's go straight to the focus. All right, now all right, so here I noticed that so I'm going to start with what I like about this project here. I'm going to start with the way the designer made the title so visible and bold, which is, you know, part of what I always advise my student to do. All right, your title needs to be visible because that is exactly what informs the viewers, you know, to make them know what the project is about. All right, and I know why it's easy for us to see the title this clear, aside from making it bold. Yeah, because making it bold is also part of what, you know, always make type visible. Right, when you make it heavy, and when you make your type heavy, is more or less like you're saying the element is close to the eye. All right, so what part of what really made it this visible is because of the shadow that we have behind, you know, the title here. You know, it really helped, you know, project the title clearly. All right, now aside from this, all right, I don't think there's anything working again in the project. So I'm going to go straight to what is not working in the project. Sorry, I mistakenly put this up there. All right. So what is not working here, okay, is first the background. All right. You know, the background is not really okay because, you know, I don't really understand what we have here. You know, the use of background is not you know, is the use of background is not just to I don't know, just to put it in your project. All right, the work of your background is to project what you have on the foreground, and when you don't use the right background, or you don't use the background the way it's supposed to be used, it's going to change, you know, the way you want people to quickly read the information in your project. You know, I've shared this with you guys so many times that whenever you see background with, you know, dark area like this, and you have light area in the middle, you see that light area is where you are to place your information. Why? Because those dark area you have in the project or on the background, what they are there for is to help project what you have at the center or the area where you have the bright, you know, area in the project. And you can also do this vice versa, where, you know, the corners are bright and then the middle is dark. All right, so when you do that, what you're trying to say is, okay, the area where you have that bright or dark area, not the white, the bright area is where you want to place the information you want to see. And if you're doing this vice versa, the dark area is where you are to place the information you want the people to see in the project. And I hope my explanation here is easy for you to understand. If it's easy for you to understand, please hit the like button and drop a message in the comment box. Okay, now the other thing I noticed is not really working here is contrast. All right, because contrast is very important in every graphic design. Contrast is what gives life to your project. And when I say contrast, I'm referring to the difference between two things. All right, So here I noticed that the designer tried to put the name of the minister here, and the color use is really fighting with the background. So whenever you're placing your content, you're placing your element in your project, be making sure you're checking out for contrast. This is very important. All right, because the use of the contrast is what really projects the information in your project clearly. So always watch out for it. So the use of black here is not really okay. And the use of gradient effect like this, I'm talking of this effect that you have on the background here, where this place is dark, this place is bright, this place is dark, and you now place your information like this on it, is not always okay. All right, that's one of the things that always make people know if you are truly a professional. All right, that's what separates a professional from an amateur. All right, so always watch out for that. All right, now so yeah, the way the designer placed the information here is not really bad, though. It's not really bad. I think what is really affecting the helping making the information here visible is the background. All right, is the background that is really affecting the information in the project. Okay, so I'm going to go straight to my version, and I'm going to show you guys how I think and how I put together the design elements to help make my projects inform the viewers and help them find it easy to navigate through the information in the project easily. Okay, so we get calls a lot from people who are looking forward to go into design but can't afford to pay for design school. Because of this, we decided to start a foundation where we can be a blessing to these people. Now we're looking at getting gadgets in order for us to meet our goals, and that is where we need you to support us with your donation. If you have any amount you believe you can support us with, kindly make use of the seller link on the screen. Every amount that comes from you will be highly appreciated. All right, so let's continue the tutorial. All right, so I'm still using the same frame that the designer used. So for those of you that care to know the frame size, is actually the Instagram portrait frame. So you can always Google that to check the frame that I use on the internet. Yeah, so you'll notice that I use an image of someone praying, and you'll notice we can't really see the person's face. It's as if the person is in a dark room. So the idea behind using that image is because the artwork is talking about prayer nights. All right, and I really want people to quickly get the message, which is also part of what you need to always learn to do as a creative person. Images are attention grabbers. I always share this with you guys. They are what we use to inform the viewers, to make them quickly know what the project is about. All right, so the use of image is very, very important in graphic design. So the idea behind the use of the image is to inform the viewers to know what the project is about. And the idea behind using this particular image is because we're talking of prayer night here. So I really want to depict that night scene in the project. And that's the reason why I decided to use the image. Then the other thing I also did here that is different from what the designer did in his or her project is you'll notice that I made the word enlarge bolder than the prayer night text. Now, the prayer night text is actually the title of the event. Now, the enlargement is the theme. Okay, so I already have a picture of someone praying. So now putting prayer night again, or making prayer night bold in the project is like me repeating the same thing. Like, for example, I'm trying to call someone's name and I'm repeating the person's name twice. That's what I see that to be. So that's how I think as a designer. So I always try as much as possible to reduce repetition. All right, like repeating of elements that are not supposed to be repeated in my project. All right, so that's the idea behind making the word prayer night smaller, because I don't want it to be too loud, like the way the image is already loud. I'm sure when people see the connected hand, I'm sure they quickly understand what the project is about. So me making prayer night bold again is more or less like me repeating the same thing. So I decided to make it small. And I did not only make it, I did not only made it small. You'll notice I put a red box behind it. So the idea behind the red box behind the sentence prayer night is to also make it visible to the viewers fast, because red is one color that reads fast. Do you understand? So the idea behind putting the red behind the sentence is to also help make it visible. All right. So I know I'm gonna be. I know the size is small, so I decided to put the red box behind it to help make it visible to the viewers. Now you'll notice I use a bold character. Talking of typography for the um for the for the team. All right. And the idea behind that is I'm trying to uh make the type an illustration. All right. So when you hear the word large, it actually means something big. So the idea behind using an extra bold style is to illustrate what the title is saying. All right. So that's the idea behind the making use of the style, the typography style that you're looking at on the theme. And that this is one of the ways I believe if you start applying this to your project, I believe this is one of the ways you can help make your project look interesting to the eye. All right. So so many of us, I know so many of us don't know this, and for those of you that already know, we are visual communicators, and part of how we do this is how we use the element of design to pass information to our viewers, and that is what I'm trying to do here. Now you'll notice there's this texture that we have on the title. The texture is actually from the wood. All right, the wood that we have on our background image here. All right. So for those of you that want to know how I was able to achieve this, I actually used Blend If to achieve the effect. So the one of the ways that you can also make your project look dynamic is to introduce texture. Texture is one of the ways that you can make your project look dynamic and make it more realistic. All right. Now, making your project look realistic is how you entertain the viewers. All right. When you look at the frame of your project like a window into a three-dimensional world and not just a flat surface looking at you, you'll see yourself placing the element the right way, and working this way can, in fact, not even can, working this way is going to help making you achieve successful design layout. So learn to always introduce texture whenever you are putting together your element. All right, so let's go straight to how I was able to group the content, all right, the element in my design here, because the part of grouping the element is very important. All right, it's very, very important, and I'm talking of proximity here. All right, so if you look at the now I'm going to say this in no particular order. When I get to the hierarchy part, then we'll now start talking of the right how the elements are placed in their right order. All right, so here we have this information here as one group. All right, and this here, and this is one of the reasons why I decided to show you guys how I was able to group the content in the design. All right, so this here is also seen as another group, and this here is also seen as another group. And I know some of you may be wondering, but this information here is close to this. If you look at the space we have here, you notice that the space we have here is different from the space we have between the letters here, and this made this look like yes, it's not together with this. All right, so yeah, but the proximity of this is going to make people read this after reading this, because this is close to this. All right, yeah, but no, I'm actually I'm jumping. It's as if I'm too forward here, so I'm going to take it easy with myself. All right, so yeah, so this here, all right, it's good to see people are going to read this as one group, all right, because you notice everything here is on one row there. All right, yeah. So let's go straight to how I was able to achieve hierarchy here. So the first level of hierarchy in this project is going to be this image here. Why? Because images are attention grabbers. All right, they are the first thing that people see in your design. All right, so this is going to be the first level of hierarchy, and this is going to be the next level of hierarchy. And the reason why this is going to be the next level of hierarchy is because aside from this information here, you'll notice that we don't have any information that is as bold as this again. And because this is bold here, people are going to read everything we have here together because they are close to each other. All right. So the boldness of this is going to make people read this, this information here, this two information that we have here, in the project. And this will now be the last level of hierarchy. Now, this principle of designs are very, very important in graphic design. You need to always make them available whenever you are working on design project. So let's talk about how contrast was able to help make this project balance here. I'm going to start with the image. The reason why we are able to see this image here is because this is bright, all right, and this is dark. So when you put light on dark, you're actually achieving contrast, and that's how this was able to stand out on the background. And the same principle is what we have here. This wood here is not that dark, but is not as bright as the information we place on it, and that is why we can easily read this information here. Then another way to achieve contrast is also the part of combining colors. If you look at this information here, you see this is white here, and this color here is different from this. All right, that's another way you achieve contrast. The same principle is what we have here. All right, so on the part of color here, you notice that this is the only part where we have this red color. All right, we have more than one of these. Sorry, I almost missed that. We have one here, and then we have another one here. But the reason why this is going to draw attention than this is because this is red and this is white. So red is one color that read faster. All right. Now, I know some of you may be wondering, Caesar, why do we have this line here? So yeah, the idea behind the line is to not only decorate the project, but also to make the layout balance. All right. So I'm trying to achieve a box frame here. All right. So in order to make my box frame balance, I decided to add this line here to make it balance. If we don't have this here, this is what we're going to have, which is not bad. All right. You can always work this way, but because I just want to achieve a box frame, that's the reason why I decided to put that line there. And see, guys, this is not the only way to achieve a project like this. There are so many ways you can achieve successful project. I'm talking of concepts that you can come up with to even look better than what I did here. All right. My job here is just to educate you guys, to make you know that making your elements visible in your project is very important, and how to use the principles of design to make your project balance. All right. I'm sure you learned from this tutorial, and if you have anything you want to share with me, drop it in the comment section of this video. And if you learn anything from this video, you can also drop that in the comment section. Now, if you have not subscribed, remember to hit the subscribe button and remember to click the post notification bell. And if you love the video, give it a thumbs up. Now, if you know anyone that needs to watch this tutorial, kindly share the link with them. All right, let's help people together. Okay, so I'll see you again in the next one. Peace.